Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rohit. Today we'll talk about that software asset management platform. So this is the continuation part of the software asset management part 2. The previous part 1, if you have not watched, please go and watch that previous part 1. Last day we talked about the normalization, if you remember. So let's go back to our software asset management. I have marked as my favorite. Now here, if you go to the discovery models and filter out this match not found, you will be able to find that four product we have normalized either manually or it is automatically normalized or partially normalized. So these are the four product which is normalized basically. Now if you see, if your system is creating multiple models and you don't need to be apply each and every models manually, you don't need to go and each and every product or every model and open that and normalize, right? So what we can do, we can apply a rule. By that rule you can directly normalize that. So if your publisher, let's take example for publisher equal to Oracle. So if you see, these two publisher is the Oracle, and if I open this one here, the discovered that publisher equal to Oracle and the display name is the Java auto update. Now if I search here as a Oracle, here the Oracle is there, the publisher is there, but display name is this one, Java auto update. This product is actually, I believe, not there. So this product is not there. That's the reason it's not yet normalized. So we have to create the product and we have to manually normalize, right? Instead of do that, what we can do here, we can apply a rule. By rule, it will be automatically normalized. So what we have to do, we have to go to this under the administrator, we have a pattern normalization rule. So let's open this pattern normalization rule. I'll create a pattern normalization. In our case is, we can say that Java normalize, okay? In this case, what we are, it is saying that, I just uncheck this one. So what it is saying that discovered publisher content. So what should be the publisher? Publisher is, our case is the Oracle, and then what should be the product contents? In our case, if you see here, in both the cases, the display name is the Java, right? So we'll say that if the product is Java, product contains Java, what a normalized attribute will be? Our normalized attribute will be Oracle and the product will be Java, our case. So copy that and then go back and create a product called Java, or if that is available, we can use that, any product called Java. So there is a Java development kit. Either you can use that or we can create a Java general, something like that. So we'll put that Oracle as a product and a publisher and the product is a Java. We'll say that Java update, something like that. We put the name and the product type is the licensable and click submit. So once that is done, you can set the addition, you can set the version. I'm not doing anything, I'm just clicking save now. So right now, after saving that, in the right side you will be able to see there is a button called apply rule. It means that if I apply the rule, it means that if I apply this rule in that these two publisher, Oracle publisher, and where the display name is Java, it should be automatically normalized. Let's see. So I just click the apply rule right now. And if you see here, if we click here, now you can see it is saying manually normalized. Now if I open any of these product, you will be able to see whatever is our condition or whatever is our rule. The rule says that Oracle and then the product is the product content rule, saying that if the publisher is Oracle and the product name contains Java, publisher should be Oracle and the product should be Java update. So that is what they have said, and based on that you can see it is normalized. Okay, similarly if I open another one, another discovery model here, it is also same thing. Now what we have to do, these two are done. Now we have to create a software model based on that. I'm not going to that, I'll just quickly create that and then I'll come back. Now we can see in the previously we created the 3 software model, and for our case the Oracle Java update which is normalized. For that we have created one software model called Oracle Java update, and this one if you open that I have put the cost equal to $1,000. So it means that whoever is going to order this item, they have to be pay, or the company have to be pay the $1,000. So that's it. Now I'm going to run this reconciliation, and once I run the reconciliation, I should be able to supposed to be see that license workbench. There should be one more product publisher called Oracle. So let's go back to the license workbench. So now you can see the Microsoft was there. Now there is one more publisher called Oracle, and if I open this Oracle, and you can see this is our nothing but a software model Java, and if I open this and click the unlicensed install, there is a 2 software which is installed in the JetBook, which is display name is a Java Auto Update and Java 8. Okay, now I'll go to these software models quickly. So this software model have a one catalog item called Oracle Java Update. It is already created like a last video. Now what I am going to do here, I am going to create vendor catalog item. Why I am creating this vendor catalog item? So maybe this software can be this software is developed by two companies, and they can, one vendor can supply you and another vendor also can supply you. Let's do that. So I am going to create first vendor called new, and this time our case is the Oracle. Vendor is the reference, so I'm just selecting the Oracle, and product IDP 001, and here the vendor price, it is saying that 1000. Okay, I'll put the list price equal to 900 here, and product catalog, I'll select that the product catalog that we have selected, Oracle Java Update, and then click save. I'll create one more vendor catalog item called Microsoft, and this time the product ID is 002, and this one is passing 950, and do a insert and stay. Now going back to the product model, if you go back to the product model, you will be able to see in the vendor catalog item, 2 vendor catalog item is available. So these 2 vendor catalog item is available. One vendor is the Microsoft, another vendor is the Oracle. So I'll show you that why we are creating now. So now go back to the catalog item, and as an end user you are just raising the catalog item. This time I'll explain you the procurement process in a different way. Remember that I told you in the last video that we are selecting that the workflow equal to procurement process workflow instead of the execution plan, right? So this time the workflow will be tweaked little bit. Let's see. So as an end user, suppose I have ordered this Oracle Java. There was a 2 license requirement right now. I will order I'll just order one item here. Once item is ordered, it should have generated a request, and as a requirement team, asset management team, I should be open the request, and these have one RI team like earlier. So let's open this RITM right now. So this is my RITM, and this time if you see, there is a no task. Previously there was 2 tasks, but this time, as we said, that procurement workflow, this time there is a no task. And if you click the show workflow, so you can see this is our workflow, and then here it is saying that is procurement turned on. It means that the procurement plugin is activated or not. So if your procurement plugin is activated, it will not go for the manual task creation. It will be wait to be sources. Sources means that if you go to this request, there is a one task which is the source request item. So you have to open this task and you have to source. Now this time again I am clicking the source request. Once I open this source request, you can see that to be sourced 1, it is saying that I should be buy 1. I will just click the purchase and select the vendor. This time you will be able to see 2 vendor, because in the vendor catalog item we have created 2 vendor, right? One is the Oracle can supply that, another is Microsoft can supply that. So that's why 2 vendor is available. I would say I'll buy from the Microsoft. And matrix groups is nothing but the license should be per user or per devices. Our case is that we'll select the matrix group is common, and here you can see that what is the license matrices here. So our case is the per devices, or you can select the per user or per code. So I'm going to select the per devices, and here I'll select the quantity is 1, and here the select destination stockroom, our case will be stockroom 001. So I'll click that stockroom 001, stock 001, and click submit. Once submit, the purchase order is generated. I'll quickly open this purchase order like earlier and close that. In meanwhile, if you see this workflow context, so if I refresh this workflow, you can see that this workflow right now changes and it is waiting for the deliver. It's moved and it is waiting for the deliver. Now what we have to do, we have to actually close this purchase order, and then after that this workflow will be go to the next steps. So let's quickly go and close the purchase order. So if you see, I just opened the purchase order. From the purchase order, I open the purchase order line. This time it is saying the vendor is the Microsoft, the product model is the Oracle Java product, and part number is coming from the vendor only. And then it is saying the per devices. And what we have to do, we have to go back to that our purchase order and click order. Once I click the receipt, as earlier we have to put the asset tag. So I'll put that asset 001, serial number SL01, and here we have to, once you click here, you need to be put the license key for the software. So each software have a license key. So we are putting that license 001. This is the license key I'm just putting, and then unit cost is coming as 1,000. We just have to submit that. Once you submit, it means that your asset is generated, and then this is your asset. Okay, so you can see the serial number is SL1, asset number is 001, and it is assigned to the system administrator. Let's open that one. So as I told that once the software model is ordered and then it is delivered, it will be generate a software entitlement. So you can see it's generate a software entitlement, and what is the rights per devices. Rights is 1 and active right is 1, allocated evaluation is 1, unit cost is the $1,000, and here if you see that in this expense lens, it is expense line, it is saying that $1,000 we have expend. Now in the license key, whatever license key we have used, that license key is right now is using, and then this license key is not allocated. Now how we can allocate that? go back to the device allocation, and here we need to be select the configuration item. Our case is that we are unlicensing, getting that error because of our JetBook. So we'll put that JetBook D-Link here, and then we'll select the license key is the LCN, this license, and apply. Once I save that, this allocation will be true. So let's save that. So now you can see after saving, this is allocated is true. It means that in the software entitlement, we are purchased one software, and this is active rights is 1 and purchase right is 1. Now if we go back to the run reconciliation rules and run this reconciliation, in this license workbench, you can see that Oracle is compliant and the Microsoft is not compliant. Why? Because if I go to the software entitlement, what it is saying that I have ordered this Oracle, this one, software entitlement for Oracle model, and what I have mentioned that per devices I have right is 1, right? So it means that for these devices, I am taking a 1 license, and that is taking cost of $1,000, right? Now, if I go back here and if I click here Java update and click here, although I install 2 software here, but these 2 software are installed on the same machine, right? So because this is the same device, that's the reason it is not generated, because their display name or their model is the same, right? So that's the reason I can install the same software twice in the same device. In that case, it will not take any license cost for me. So what I'll do, maybe 2 different versions, but that won't take any license cost for me because it's a per device cost. So what I'll do in the software installation table, I'll put the publisher equal to Oracle here, and here you can see 2 software is installed on the same machine, right? So what I'll do, I'll just change this software which is installed in this system to the any other system called, let's select any other system. I'll select here. So it means that those 2 software are installed in a different machine. All right, now for if I group by in the install one, for JetBooks it's installed 14 software, and this for Apple Mac 14 it's installed 1 software. Now if I go back and run this reconciliation rule again, what will be happen? So if I go to this license workbench right now, you will be able to see that Oracle also non-compliant. Okay, now if I open this Oracle one, why it is non-compliant? Because per device we take the license, and this per device, as per device, it is installed on the JetBook. It should supposed to be the license is for the JetBook, but that software is installed on the JetBook as well as the Apple. That's the reason this issue happened. Now if I open here and then it's saying that license are not compliant, total spend till now we have spent $100, true up cost is $1,000. So total spend is the $1,000 and true up cost is $1,000. What does it mean by? So it means that we already spent $1,000 and we need to be compliant. We need to be spend $1,000 again to be compliant for this software. What I'll do, if I go to this license install, you can see Java auto update. This is installed in the JetBook. So this is licensed install. This is the licensed software. Now if I go to the unlicensed, you can see that wherever the Apple MacBook 14, this software is installed, that is unlicensed. What we have to do, we have to be purchase one more software to be make this license. If you click here and if you click any version, any edition here and click the per devices, you will be able to see that right owned. So how many rights I am owning? I am owning the rights is 1 and I am consuming 2 rights. So that is the issues. Now again going back to here, there is a option called remediate option. If you click the remediate option, you can see what all remediate option it is giving us. So it is saying that 2 remediation you can do. 1, remove uninstalled software. You can remove the uninstalled software. In that case, true of cost will be 0. Or you can purchase the order. In that case, it will be take $4,000. Okay, we can do the remediation. So let's open this purchase order here directly, and we can directly click here to generate a purchase order. Before that, if I scroll down, you can see the rights needed by, because we need a rights for these assets. Okay, so it is showing that for which software I need the rights, that is for these systems, and license matrix is per devices. What software matrix we have to use? True of cost means that cost will be required. So if I click here create purchase order, it will be generate a purchase order, and in that case we have to fill some of this data. You can do this one, otherwise you can directly go to this our software catalog item and order that one. So in that case also it will resolve your issue. So we'll select the stock room 001 and then click order. Okay, so this purchase order is right now generated, and we just open this purchase order, and what we'll do, we'll click receipt. Once we click receipt, it will be open the same page, and if I open the software entitlement till now, you can see right now software entitlement is 1. I am going to receive one more item called AST02 and then serial number SL02, and here we are receiving rights is saying that 1. What I will do, I will purchase 2. Okay, I required 1 but I am purchasing 2, and here click here, and I need to be put the license. So license 02, there is one license, and one more I'll put that LNC 03. These two license I am doing purchasing, and click submit order. If I go to this software entitlement right now and refresh here, you will be able to see that there is a one more asset or software entitlement is created, and this time it is saying that asset is 02 and this general serial number 02, and there is a 2 license key and they are not allocated right now. What we will do here in this device allocation, I will click here and then I will allocate the device. So for which one we are getting that error? So soft uninstall license, this is our another system, that's the reason we are getting an error. So I will allocate this. So I am purchasing that, and for which license I will put that LNC 02 license, I will use that. Submit. And once that, after that I will just save that. Once we save that, it is saying that license is that 02. Okay, and if you go to this expense line, it is cost is 0 because during the purchase we don't put any amount, that's the reason the cost is 0. Now going back to here, what I'll do, unit cost, I'll change that unit cost to 500 here or 1000 to make it consistent. So I'll set that unit cost 1000 here to make it consistent here. So now the expense lines got updated that we part license cost it's $1,000. So for 2 we spend the 2000, right? Now we'll go back and run reconciliation, and then continue and run. And if we go to the license workbench, you can see the Oracle is right now again compliant, and this case we are actually over licensed. If you see here, it is showing the over license. We spent 3000 but we are actually using 2000 cost. So this is a over licensed. So that we call a over licensed. Now if I click any version, and here the remediation options, here you can see the license matrix. I have a rights is 3. Right now I am using 2 and 1 rights is available. Now if I go to the remediation options, So right now it means that one license is actually over licensed. I don't need that license right anymore, right? So in that case, what we can do, we can reclaim the license. Okay, so how we can reclaim the license? Before that, if you see this run reconciliation, here is the publisher. Before that, if you see the run reconciliation, here the publisher option is available, but anyhow this Oracle, this publisher, that Microsoft publisher is not coming, because in this entitlement we are till now purchasing all about Oracle. We have not purchased anything regarding the Microsoft. I'll quickly create manually here, because I'm not going to do that procurement process again. So now you can see that I have created one software entitlement for the Microsoft. Now if I go back to this run reconciliation rule, I can select the publisher is specific publisher or all. I can select, because there is an entitlement for the Microsoft as well as. So now we'll talk about the removal candidates. What is the removal candidates? Suppose you have purchase the two license and they are not actually utilized, they are not actually using. So in that case, you can automatically system can generate a removal request. For that, what you have to do, first we have in our case we have a software users table. This table cannot be automatically populated from some way. So you have to manually put the data, otherwise you can integrate with some of the other application called SSCM or any other application from where you can get the software users data, and you have to populate that data. So our case, if I'm going to create a new one, and here our case product is the Oracle, and here maybe the our case the product could be the new product could be Java update. Now here we have to define that for there is a two types. One is the total usage or last user date. So we'll select that total usage time, and here we need to put the configuration item. In the configuration item we'll put the JetBook dealing here, and then we have to put the month. So every month the data will be created here. So in this case, our case, we'll put that July, and then the year is the 2021. Now users count, I'll put that 1, and users second, maybe 300 second it is used. Okay, so in that case we have, it means that we have users 300 second in July month for this Java update software. But we will this is the users, that's the how the software we are using. So these data will be frequently insert for the each and every software. So now what we'll do, we'll create the removal rule. So we will create the reclamation rule here. We'll define a reclamation rule here called reclaim. Any name you can put that. Here we have to select that install software, and here you have to select that total usage time. So this time we're defining the last month, and I am saying that 100. So it means that total used 100, less than 100. If the total use is less than 100, in that case it should generate a reclamation rules, and it should be removed from our system. Now once you define the reclamation rule, you need to be define that on which product the reclamation rule will be applied. Our case, we can apply for each and every product, or else we can define for a Java update. So let's put that Java one. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to select the Java update product. So once that reclamation rule will be run, and it will be only applied for the Java update. Now going back to our there will be a schedule job. That schedule job will be run every month. So I'll go to this schedule job. In this schedule job, if you search with the SAM, you will be able to see one of these schedule job called SAM identification and new reclamation candidate. So you just need to execute this one. Once you execute this one, it will be identified and it will be show. So let's go back here, and then there is a table called reclamation candidate. There will be one record created, which is nothing but the removal candidate. Now going back to this license workbench, and then open this Oracle one, and then open this software. Inside that, any version, any addition. In the removal candidate, you will be able to see that removal candidate one, it's generated. Now if I open this removal candidate, it will be assigned to the software managers, their job to manually reclaim that. So that's it for today for the software application management. Thank you very much. Have a great